I'll begin. So thanks everyone for coming. If you could stop browsing Facebook now, please. Like, seriously, come on. What's wrong with you? So the subject is how to sell software on Facebook. And I'm sure you've seen the like buttons, which we're going to get into. So what we're going to do today, I do my talk with a whole bunch of jokes, but if you look at the joke, there's normally a point to it. And, well, you'll see. So bear that in mind when you think, who is this guy doing something stupid? There's normally a point to what I'm doing. Not always, but normally. If you don't know who I am, I know a lot of people here, which is brilliant. But if you don't know who I am, there's a picture of me and Roger. Roger was around earlier, but he had to go. He went to a music conference or something, or a music festival somewhere in Joshua Tree. But my name's Nico Westerdale. That's my personal Facebook address if you want to be friends. That'd be cool. And myself and Roger and a bunch of other people run bitsdujour.com. I've had the pleasure of selling a bunch of your software. See a lot of familiar faces. We do daily deals on software. And that's our Facebook page. It's not all an ad, I promise. But we've been doing this for a little while. And we also can, one of our programs, I'm not going to get into it if you want to talk to me about it afterwards, but we can get you likes on your Facebook page. But what we're going to do today is, well, we're going to do this. So a bunch of different things. Mostly when I talk to someone here or talk to someone on the ASP news groups about Facebook, they go, it's a complete waste of time. Why bother? Had someone, I'm not going to tell his name, but I know who he is, who said, I asked, are you coming to my talk after? And he said, no, my customers aren't on Facebook. Well, they might not be, but 50% of the population of America is on Facebook. It might just be that you don't know how to get to them. Or maybe, I mean, maybe not, maybe he's right, I don't know. So we're going to have a look at why to actually bother doing it. Then we're going to have a look at Facebook pages, which is, you guys might be familiar with, hopefully. I'm going to start like pretty much at the bottom and then do a whole bunch of advanced things and confuse you. So Facebook pages, which is how to get the word out, and then posts, what to post, and then the hardest part, which is actually how to sell software. So starting at why bother with Facebook. You have to look at why people love Facebook. And a lot of people really do love Facebook. You'll see them on their phones and they're obsessed. So, okay, hands up. Why do people love Facebook? Come on, hands up.
Share pictures of their babies.
Pictures of their babies, brilliant. What else?
Keep up with my family.
Keep up with your family, yeah, what else? Go on.
Oh, relationships.
Relationships. That's really cool. Yes. Stop. Yeah, the new graph search is really good at that because you can do friends. You can search for friends of people who are friends of other people, and yeah. I'll talk later. Okay. I had those were better answers than I had. I had it's easy and it's fun, and Grumpy Cat. You know who Grumpy Cat is, right? Good, okay. But basically the same thing, yeah. I mean, and okay, this sounds frivolous, but that's the point of Facebook. It's supposed to be this. And bear this in mind for when we get to talking about how to sell software. Because this is not selling software, but we'll get there. Okay, and then, of course, there's the detractors who, well, some of them didn't show up. And I know who they are, but why do people dislike Facebook? I mean, okay, there's some hands up again. Let's do it again. Why do people hate Facebook? Changing the privacy policies. They've done that a few times and they messed up really badly. So you've seen the headlines. What else?
Stupid people.
Stupid people. Go on. What do you mean?
People who make posts that just piss you off.
And that's me.
Too many ads.
Too many ads.
Big waste of time.
Big waste of time. Yeah. I agree. There's a lot of that. I had kind of security paranoia. I mean, you're right. Yeah, you're completely right. Also, people love to complain. You put that thing on the internet called a text box, and the people who have a problem in many different ways will write that problem in that text box. So you're giving a forum to people who have a problem and they want to share it with the world. People don't like to share good news. I mean, if they have a baby, they'll put up a picture of their baby. But mostly, unfortunately, it's a lot of negative stuff as well. And then, yeah, the problems with loss of control or perceived loss of control. I don't want my information getting out there. And yeah, there's been some, some problems. I thought this would be fun. You don't have to. This is a real email that I got a couple of months ago after one of our Facebook promotions. I think it kind of speaks for itself. There are a lot of people out there who have this. Clearly this person has problems just not only with the English language, but with the internet in general. But they're not alone. This is one of, I have a folder in Outlook called Crazy People, and this is in there, and it's a big folder. So people have problems where they misconstrue what Facebook's all about. They don't get the basic principles of it. And for a non-tech savvy person coming into Facebook, I mean, or hopefully they could type a little bit better, but this isn't an uncommon reaction, which is, okay, I'm typing this thing in, I don't know where it's going. I have a lot of information about myself in there. They know my age, they know where I went to school, they know who my friends are. What the hell's going on? So it's important to bear that in mind. Okay, so we started this section about why bother with Facebook. So this is I grabbed this a real screen grab from Google Analytics, and do one more. Right, this is on bitstajor.com, our website, the referring websites in order by domain. All right, I picked the date range so that Facebook was at the top. But it's not, it's normally like number 2 or number 3. But actually, you'll see it's number 1, and it's number 3, and it's number 8, because those are all different parts of Facebook from a different domain. So the number, for us, what we found after doing software promotions a whole bunch is Facebook sends us a lot of traffic. And I don't actually have a slide for it, and it gets pretty involved, but we track, and I hope you guys are as well, if you're selling stuff online, we track the actual purchases. So when they make a purchase as well, we can track that back to the referring domain, and we've done a lot of analytics. And believe it or not, people that come from Facebook buy stuff, at least for us. So, all right, we know Facebook's dumb, it's got pictures of cats, people hate it, but it made us money. So that's why you bother with it, or at least for us. Okay, I think I made my point. All right, this is going to be a bit interactive. So no one lock the doors at the back. Okay, hands up everyone who has a Facebook account. Even if you don't use it, hands up. Is that everyone or no? You can put them right up, come on, all the way up. Okay. Now, keep them up. Stand up if you have a Facebook fan page for your business, or even a really stupid one. Come on, come on, stand up, stand up. Oh, this is going to be good. Okay, right, keep your hands up. Everyone keep your hands up. Now, everyone who's standing up, you've got to think of a phrase for your Facebook fan page. No more than 5 words, okay? You're going to think of a little phrase like, it's cool and amazing, or maybe better than that because it relates to your product, like the coolest tech graphics ever. Is that the right number? Okay, wave your hands when you're ready. Everyone else who's sitting down, keep your hands up. Is everyone ready? Not ready yet. Not ready yet, come on. You can do it, 5 words. I see a lot of hands going down, come on, up. All right, now, we've got them. Everyone who's standing up, I want you to run around. Everyone who's sitting down, keep your hands up. You're going to high five everyone who's sitting down. There's a point to this in a minute. And you're going to say that phrase to them. Go. Come on.
Come on.
Best time not so.
We sell all
Software, I like it. No, I like that.
Great cover page, no action. No action.
Health is your first love?
Best time lapse software. Best time lapse software. Best time lapse software.
Right, stop. Sit down. Thanks for playing along. I know it's right after lunch. Okay, now, out of the people sitting down, who can remember one of the phrases? Shout it out. Compelling entertainment on? On your tongue? On your time. What's the product for that?
I don't know.
No, someone said it. What's the product name? What's your brand name? GB Games. GB Games. Okay, give me another one. Someone who remembers a phrase. Awesome maintenance software. Who has awesome maintenance software? That's only 3. What's the product? Fast? Mint? Mate. Fast mate. Awesome maintenance software. Oh, maintenance. I get it. Let's do one more.
Recover page, no action.
Recover page, no.
Great cover page, no action.
Great cover page, no action. It's like so bizarre. Great cover page, no action. What's the product? Alta WebWorks. Okay. Thanks for playing along. But now, why did we do that? Because I was sitting around and thinking, how can I give you a physical, well, I'm going to wake you up a little bit, but how can I give you a physical representation of how Facebook works? And it's kind of like that, if you want to stretch the metaphor a little bit. Because what do we have? A whole people running around, a lot of noise, a bunch of laughs, a little bit silly, a little bit frivolous, but there's some real human connections in there. And if you're lucky, you can get the name of your product through, but it's a little bit hard. So that was the point of that. And we'll move on. So Facebook pages look like about half of you have a Facebook page, half of you don't. I know it's, for some businesses it's not going to make any sense, but for others it does make a lot of sense. If you go to facebook.com/pages/create, and by the way, if you download this presentation, I'll give you the link at the end. There's a whole bunch of notes in it, and every URL that I say and every stat that's up there has a URL in the notes if you want to follow up. So you know, if you can use it as kind of a how-to, even though it's not on the screen. So when you go to create a Facebook page, you arrive at this, and most people do, what do you think? Which one? Entertainment for an ISV. So for a company, organization, institution. Well, it's not local, because, well, you could do it local. Which one do you think you should be doing? Yeah, that one. That one. You want to use a brand name. That's a mistake a lot of people make when they're starting out. And you could see it if you do a search for, I did a search for Adobe. Top one, 5 million likes, Adobe Photoshop. The blue thing means it's verified. And then Adobe Illustrator, Adobe. Adobe Inc. has their own Facebook page. I think it's like 150,000 likes, just way, way less, like 2% of the likes. It makes sense because, oh yeah, I really love Photoshop. Adobe Inc., what? Yeah, I hate, all right, enough said. Now, is anyone going to get all 25, first of all? Hands up if you can get all, because I can't. I have no idea what this one is. But these are the user icons for the top 25 Facebook pages. And this is in August. The first one is also Facebook. It's Facebook's Messenger app. But what do you notice about them? They're people. They're, apart from when you can't do it, like Coca-Cola can't have a person because there's no person there. YouTube isn't a person. But I think the only one who didn't do it is Beyonce with this backwards B. That's Rihanna, isn't it? Someone must know. Yeah, I'm seeing a nod. Okay. And everyone got Gaga, and of course, I mean, everyone got that instantly, right? But Facebook is a human-to-human interaction. That's why your user icon most often should be a person. And all right, there's two schools of thought on this when you have an ISV. If you want to remain small and be the face of your organization, that's great. And for our user icon, we have me and Roger going like this, because it kind of works for us. It might not work for you, but you've got to have a good brand name. And sometimes your brand name is your face, especially for celebrities. So setting up a page. We pulled up Bitdefender because they did it right, pretty much. They've got all the points that you want. Really obvious name. Actually, I'm not sure about the user icon for this one, looking at it a second time, because it's a little strange. But this is called your cover photo. It's just an excuse to put some branding up there. You cannot put a big arrow that points to this button and say, like this page. That's against the rules. You cannot put a call to action there. But you can use it to do some supporting branding. What they've done really nicely is they've got a URL in here, a little explanation, and these things. These 3 red boxes make it really, really obvious. These are called tabs, and beneath them are apps. So it's an app in a tab. And they're really obvious what's going on. It's like, oh, I can get some free tools here. I can get a 90-day free trial. And there's a welcome if you've just arrived at this page and you don't know what's going on. There's a good overview. There's a really good, I'm going to refer to this site a lot, called All Facebook. It has a whole bunch of stats on Facebook. So if you ever want to look up, if you ever want to research a presentation on Facebook, that's basically where you go. So first of all, you set up your page, and if the internet stays on, which it isn't at the moment, we're going to look at some of your Facebook pages later on if we have time. But you have, okay, let me move on. So once you set up your page, you've got your various bits in the right place. You want to get some likes. So getting likes for your Facebook page is basically defining your audience. If you'll start off, you'll have one. It will be you. And then you'll invite your friends, and someone will go, all right, then I'll click on your page. And then you'll post in the news group, and they'll go, oh, all right, I'll click on your page. And then you'll have 20, and you'll go, this Facebook thing's not working out for me at all. This is such a pain in the ass. It's been so much work, and I've got 20 likes. And that's pretty much what happens. And you're like, how can I do this? What can I do to bring people to my page? The most overlooked feature in a new page is this one. There's a panel at the top, and you click show. It's now hide, but it expands down. And this is using my test page called The Cheese from Herkimer, which is a joke page. It's only got 8 likes. If you'd all like it, that would be really nice. But if you go to build audience, there's one that says invite email contacts. And it's really clever. They've integrated it with Constant Contact. They've integrated it with MailChimp and a bunch of others. What you can do is they allow you to upload, or you can just upload a CSV of 5,000 email addresses, and then Facebook will send them all an invite. 5,000. So if you have an opt-in email address of up to 5,000 people, you can put it in there, and they'll get an invite. And all right, 1 or 2 of them are going to write you a really nasty email. But I say it's still worth doing. 1 or 2 of them are going to get really huffy about this, because it happens. But they opted into your email address, your email. And, all right, I just wanted to put it up there, because it does happen. People get really annoyed about Facebook and we'll get to why and where they get annoyed about it. But someone will get annoyed about that. Just a caveat. Okay, so you've hopefully got a bunch of likes from that. So you should be up in the hundreds now. If you've invited your email contacts, you should be well into the hundreds. So you've got an audience defined. Because there's nothing worse than like having a page up there and you're posting all this stuff and 3 people saw it. It's just pointless. It's a waste of time. You have to have an audience. So then you're like, okay, I've invited some people, this is great. Now I need to put all these links into it from all over, from my website. I want to put links into it from my email newsletter and everything like that. I'm going to have this like button. And this is the page on, where is it? Developers.facebook.com is where all the techie stuff happens. Just go there, the URL's really long. So go to developers.facebook.com and then you can get to the like button. It's really obvious how to find it. And you come up with this page. And in this URL, you put not the URL of your website. You put the URL of your Facebook page in the URL there. Because when they like that URL, what they are doing is they are liking your page on Facebook. And when they like your page on Facebook, then every post that you make will then show up in their newsfeed. If you just put the URL of your website, then they just liked your website. And that's great, but you can't post to them. It doesn't gain you anything. So that's really, really important. Don't mess it up. It's a waste of time if you mess it up. And it will generate this little button. There's a bunch of options. Once you put that up, you might be really tempted to type into Google, Facebook likes $5, 1,000, buy, please, illegal. Or something like that. You can do this if you really want to. You can buy Facebook likes, and someone somewhere will magically have some script that likes your page with all these fake Facebook likes, which aren't real people. Don't do it. Don't do it for two reasons. One reason, Facebook has cracked down on this recently. I don't know if they'll kick you off. They probably won't notice, but they have been removing fake likes. They could kick you off. And two, who cares? They're not real people. You can inflate your number, but they're not real people. So whenever you post to these several thousand fake people, there's no one there. So who cares? It doesn't make any difference. So don't buy it. It's a waste of money. It will make you feel like you're doing something. You won't be doing anything at all. Another important thing to realize is once you've made your Facebook fan page, and people will never go back to it, or very, very few people will go back to it. There's a percentage. It's very small. So all you really need to do is get a like by any means, either through a like button or by directing people to your Facebook page or through some other ways that we're going to get to. But once your Facebook page is not a destination. No one's going to be like, oh, I'm going to go check out the Facebook page for Tom ISV today. This is going to be great. Like 2 people will do that. Never. It just won't happen. But what you want to do is get those likes so that your posts appear when they go to Facebook to talk to their friends. It seems kind of mean, doesn't it? But okay, so by hopefully fair means, you've got a group of likes. And then what you can do is start putting these sharing links on there. So here's a sharing link that we have, which is associated to like. Okay, this isn't really about building an audience, but it's about getting the word out there. So allowing people. Question.
I want to confirm one point. Is you were saying the URL that you ask people to like should be your Facebook page, and after that, whatever post you make on your Facebook page will permanently appear in the user's newsstream. Yeah. Until they are unliked it, right?
Yes. So I was saying back on when you have, I'll go back. The URL here should be the URL for your Facebook page. Because if it's the URL for your website, they've just liked your website as kind of an entity, but they haven't liked your page. And you cannot post anything as your website. Then there's no concept of that in Facebook. But you can post something as your page. So by putting the URL of your page in there, it's equivalent to them coming to your page and clicking the like button. Does that answer your question? Yes. Okay, cool. So sharing links. So yeah, next to the like button, you have sharing links. So this will enable people who are logged into Facebook to share. And I know a lot of people in here are going to know this stuff, so bear with me if this is old news. But when you click the share button, they'll be able to share the content of that page to their friends, and then hopefully friends will follow it, and hopefully you'll get more likes, and you're spreading the news. One problem that a lot of people have is the information in here isn't right, or it's the wrong image. It's like, oh, I really wanted the box shot image, but it's a picture of like my dog or something that you have at the bottom. I don't know. Something just completely pointless that happens to be at the bottom of your page. It's like, oh, how can I fix that? It's actually a pretty straightforward way. You can use some meta tags on your page that define this information. And there's actually a whole ton of meta tags. Here's some really obvious ones. OG stands for Open Graph. So OG image, OG title, OG URL. And these are really handy to put in every page, especially if you have a big site, or if you want to tweak what's in here and get it all like super perfect. You can tweak this information. Here's just a little example of what the code would look like. I don't know if you can see it properly, but meta property equals one of these, OG image, and then the content. And you shove that in. There's a whole bunch more of these. I've got a link in the notes to find out more. And you can just, if you do a search for meta tags OG, you can find out a lot more, and you can tell Facebook about what that page is. The more you tell Facebook about the page, the better your sharing is going to be. This is a real photo that I took in my supermarket. Yes?
Can you go back to the previous page?
Yes.
So if you ask people to like your Facebook page, do you still have control of meta tags?
This is on your own website. So when you put this like button, you've defined your like button on Facebook, and now you've put the like button on your page. So your page, you have full control of the HTML. So what I'm saying is, in the HTML header of your page, you can write whatever meta tags you want. So I could write something really, really stupid in here if I wanted to in the meta tags and tell Facebook that this is really a website about dog food and have a picture of dog food. It wouldn't be very sensible, but I could. You can change this information in this share box is what I'm trying to get across. I'll carry on. Come talk to me later on if you have any questions, okay?
I mean, if you ask people to share your Facebook page, for that page you do not have control of the meta tags.
This is sharing. I see what you mean. You're not sharing your Facebook page. In this instance, you're sharing a page on your website. But that's right. You don't have control of how you share your page on Facebook, your Facebook page. Yes. Too many pages. Okay, so how not to promote. This is literally, I burst out laughing when I saw this thing, and hence my name of my fan page, The Cheese from Herkimer's, on bad. If anyone sees any bad Facebook marketing, please point it here. Why is this bad? Someone, tell me why this is bad. They have to do the work of finding them on Facebook. Yes. It should be really obvious. You can't click on, and by the way, this isn't even cheese. This is cheese food. They've got about 156 likes on the Herkimer's. I hope they never see this, but me and all my friends got banned from their page because we were, anyway. Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but. And so that's why I set up the other Facebook page for The Cheese from Herkimer's. Because it's ludicrous. I've seen these on back of buses. Like there's a bus driving down, and one of those wraparound things where they cover the whole bus in a picture of something. And on the back will be a light green square with the T for Twitter, and next to it is a dark green square with an F for Facebook. I'm like, what am I meant to do? Run and click on the bus? There's no URL. I don't know how to do it. And it's just so ridiculous. When you think through how to do it, offline stuff really does not translate to Facebook unless there's a big carrot to lead them onto Facebook. And just having a look, by the way, they changed this, I noticed, and they don't put that sticker on, they put a different one on. But it's very, very hard to get people to go to Facebook from an offline world. And it's quite hard to get them to go from anything, even online, to get them to go from your website. You'll put up a link to their Facebook page, your Facebook page. Most people won't click it. It's very, very hard to move people along. But being software developers, you have the perfect little carrot to lead these people off of either your website, off of an email, off of a place of contact for them, and bring them over to the Facebook page, which free carrots. You have software. It costs nothing per unit to make a piece of software. There's no manufacturing costs. So, which I know people have heard me talk before about this. Software's free because you already built it, okay? Apart from support, don't worry about that. But I'll demonstrate how to do it. This is called the concept's really a fan gate page, although that's kind of an old term. So this is a brilliant little site, Facebook page. He's got way more likes. This is an old screen grab for Laughing Bird software. First of all, you notice it's his name, it's his face, he's like grinning, it's brilliant. It's like, here's a cockatoo with a pair of sunglasses, perfect. He's nailed it. And he's got a couple of tabs in here, one for free software, one for featured stuff. So the free one, if you click on it, brings you over here. Now, also bear in mind, hardly anyone's actually going to go through that route of clicking that tab because people don't go to your fan page. But if you have an email that you send out to a bunch of people that you say, okay, we're doing a promotion, or you want to bring them to this URL, and you'll see it in the browser, you just grab it out, of your Fangate page on Facebook. And you get the idea. Hit like to get free software, because software's free, doesn't cost anything to manufacture. You've probably got a piece of software that you can do this with. If you don't, you could take one of your good pieces, rip out a bunch of features, and make it something that you can do this with. And this, as long as you direct traffic in here, this will get you likes, because people like free stuff. And when they click it, here, now you're presented with it. You can download it for Mac, download it for Windows. He's gone crazy. He's got a video there. He's got a share button there. You can share it with your friends. Brilliant. And he's got a bunch of, actually, his software works really well because it's software for doing stuff on Facebook, so it completes the circle. Okay, so that's how to set up a fan page on Facebook. That's how to get the ball rolling. You've got a bunch of likes. So now you've defined your audience, and you're like, okay, what do I do with this audience? Hopefully you're up in the high hundreds, high thousands at this point. You've managed to bring them in. What do I post? What do I post? Whole bunch of different types of things you can post. This list isn't even complete. This is just kind of the obvious ones. Way up at the top, status updates. That's just text that you're entering in. Good things to do for this are questions. I'm going to show you some really good examples of the top Facebook pages and some really good ways to do good status updates. Ask questions, because questions get answers, and everyone has an opinion. Tips and fun stuff as well. Questions are brilliant, though. Images. People love images on Facebook. It's very, very visual. Make them funny or make them informative. Infographics. Tech people love infographics. Brilliant, Mark. Print it on the wall. There we go. Videos take forever to make, so no one's ever going to do it. I know. They really it just takes so long. Reposts you can do, if you don't know, on the top right corner there's use Facebook as, and you can use Facebook as your page, and then you can go around Facebook being your page instead of being you. So you adopt that persona of the page. So you can post on other people's pages. You can repost other stuff as the page. You can have a persona there and extend your brand out like that. The two bottom ones, links and offers. I'll show you some examples of these as well. Links, obviously, to news, if you have a blog, product updates, promotions, and offers we'll get to is how to do, these are Facebook offers, how to do discounts within Facebook. Why are the bottom two green? Any idea? Not quite, they cost money. You're right about money. They actually make money. It doesn't cost you anything to post a link. It doesn't cost you anything to, all right, it does. It does cost you something to do an offer. But the bottom two will make you can make money with. It's kind of hard to make money with the top four. The blue ones are about building your audience, about maintaining some customer interaction, stuff like that. But the bottom two is where you cash in, is what I'm saying. Yep.
To be covering this, and I would be curious when you're thinking about things like the bottom two that are going to make us money. Are you going to be talking about percentages of your experience of how much do you post of the green circles versus how much you post of the blue circles to get the balance for your audience?
Right. So the question was what are the percentages of what do you post where? The best way of figuring this out is if you look, every Facebook page has behind it a whole bunch of analytics. It's called Insights. That's the name of it. And they just recently updated the whole thing. You can look and see by post type how performant each type is, and you can look at your top posts and see how performant they are. If you're doing links, you can track those links yourself by doing using Bitly and tracking the links. The answer is go and look yourself in your own analytics and figure it out. Most people, the studies, I don't know if it's on this slide, but I'll say it now anyway. There's studies done, and the top brands, like those ones we saw back then, they're posting 2 or 3 times a day, and they're varying the types of posts that they post a lot. Question?
Yes, Nico. Do you think people are afraid of the Bitly links?
Afraid of the Bitly link? I haven't come across it. I think if they're already on Facebook, they've given up, and they're like, I'm not afraid of paranoia anymore. I mean, maybe... maybe a few.
I'm shied away from that because it shrouds where you're actually trying to go, and it's more of a redirect. So I just didn't know if maybe my thinking's messed up, and people aren't really afraid of it anymore.
I think it's kind of pass and parcel with Facebook is Bitly links or Owly links or whatever URL shortener you're using, because they're all shortened. And also with the links, when you post them, you can actually delete the link, and the link will still be there. So I don't think for Facebook, I don't think it's an issue. There are other places where it might be with it, and we have an older audience, and we have to be very careful about what we do on Facebook and what we don't. And I'll get to how we messed it up later. Any more questions on that? Okay. Whoops, wrong one. Okay. I should preface this by, this is absolutely, and I mean this very honestly, it is not a comment on religion whatsoever in the next 2 slides. There's a bit of humor, please take it in that vein. The most popular page on Facebook, and you can check up with me on allfacebook.com, is Jesus Daily. This is the most popular page on Facebook. And it's popular in this number here. I hope you can see these numbers. I'll read them out. It's got 23 million likes and 7.7 million people talking about this. These are the 2 very important numbers, and you can see them on your Facebook page. This is it's not the highest number of likes. It's the highest number of talking about this. I'll get that right, because we saw the user icons for the most likes. The highest number of talking about this. And the guy, I did a bit of research on the guy that runs this page. He works for HSN. Again, no comment on him or anything, but it's a fact. He works for HSN, and he's excellent at marketing. If you go to this site, facebook.com/JesusDaily, and scroll down, it's like a masterclass in social media. The guy is brilliant. And you can see it in what he's written here. Type hugs for Jesus, he deserves it, and an image, and type hugs for Jesus there as well. And I don't know if you can read these numbers. 160,000 people have liked it, and 45,000 people have commented. And if you look at those comments, it's hugs, 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 hugs. He also does things with, say, amen for such and such. He was doing that for a while. He switches it up. He'll kind of get into one thing and then try another thing. And he's also had people share it. 7,000 people have shared it. So if you look at these numbers, the wrong button again, that's a 34% engagement. 34% of the people that are liking the page are interacting with it, either commenting, liking, or sharing, which is what you want your audience to do. You want them to comment, share, and like. Why do you want them to do that? Any idea? It increases your exposure. Every time someone comments on it, the friends of the commenter will get, in various different ways, depending on whether you're mobile or in various different ways, they will have the opportunity to see that they have commented on it. When you share it, then that's someone reposting that on your wall. That's even stronger. I mean, shares are gold. If you're getting something that people are sharing, that's wonderful. And liking, of course, likes show up as well. You can see what people have liked. It's not exposed as much as these two. Really, this is kind of in the wrong order. Share's the most important, comment second, and like third. And then, I mean, as a counterpoint, and again, no, I actually genuinely like this page, okay? Because I think it's really good. Now, God, and he's, what's the URL? The good Lord above. So God on Facebook has his own page. And God apparently is a little bit contentious on Facebook. I posted one of the tamer things that God has issues with. He issues commandments. And anyway, it's all meant to be very tongue-in-cheek, and it definitely comes from a viewpoint. But look at that. And that's the reason I posted this one. 106% engagement. He's engaging with more people than have actually liked the page. Now, we're not going to get anywhere near that. Generally, if you get 2%, you're doing good. So, and I'm serious, 2% is actually good. This is amazing. And you can see how he does it. He's not pushing, I mean, he's using those various tricks of asking questions to people and facilitating them, you know, really wanting. He has a thing where type in your commandment. He's extracting as many comments and likes and shares as he can, but he's being contentious and he's being funny and he's being opinionated, whether you agree with it or not. People will naturally respond to that. And that's how this page has got so, I mean, it's unbelievable. When I looked at that number, I was like, wow, I've got to put this in. Okay, so I don't think we're going to have time for some things at the end. I've been talking too much. But something you can do, I mean, this is something that we decided, which is we're not going to do toolbars, we're not going to do bundling. I know there's a couple of people in the audience that do. So this is something we posted, this big picture, and we asked, how many toolbars does your browser have on it? Do you find them useful? And that's not fake. Someone actually posted Grumpy Cat no. So we knew we were doing good there. You can do fun stuff as well, make it relevant. So we had a Mac versus PC word search. I put the link to the word search maker in it. And again, asking a question. What's the first word you see? Are you a Mac or a PC? Someone saw Bill Gates first, OS X. You can see some more. Just engaging people in a fun way, but it's relevant. We've got our brand name on it. We've got a couple shares. I'm not as good as the other guys, but it's all right for us. Now with Facebook, this is 10 days of traffic on our website, and I've just kind of randomly took some days. We get a bounce because we send out a bunch of email at midnight. So you can see each day. But when you get a spike like that from either Facebook or a news source, it's a matter of hours, and then it's gone. Facebook is transient. It's only, if you have something that pops up on Facebook, the next day it was like it didn't happen. So you've got to be very, very careful of thinking, oh, I did this great thing. So bear that in mind when you're investing time into it. This was a nice little thing that I thought that Revo did, Revo on Installer. I think it would be better as kind of a Gangnam style video if you read it, but it's a nice, and you know, he got some interaction from it, not a bunch, but obviously had a bit of fun with it. And again, it was relevant to what he does. You don't have to be stupid or silly, but it's relevant. Another thing that Facebook's good for is community building. This is some guys that I know from Connectify. They had, and this can happen, they have a popular Facebook page and a big community and very passionate people. And they found, oh no, they're the opposite problem. Our Facebook page is covered in people who are saying, I have a technical support problem. And, or your product sucks, I have this problem, help, help, help. So they created this tab, the Connectify community, and they pushed all of their technical support issues over there. The downside of that is their engagement is going to go down, and Facebook has what's called an edge rank, which is, if you're familiar with Google, their page rank, it's going to push them down a little bit. So their stories are going to get less visibility because they're not getting as much interaction. But they made the call. They were like, you know what? We'll push this off here. Okay. So this has all been a lot of fun, but how do we actually make some money? So something to share with you. And I think we touched on this already. People don't use Facebook to buy stuff. Although I was having an interesting conversation outside with someone who's trying to do exactly that. But everyone's going to try it. But Facebook's not like Amazon. It's not a marketplace. So what you have to do is get creative. When you're posting links, and we looked at links earlier, this is one of the links that we posted to an offer. And you'll notice that, if I bring up, okay, our page has that many likes, but, so 38,000 likes, but only 5,000 people saw this post. And this is something that happened in 2011, which is, and someone mentioned at the beginning why they hate Facebook, too many ads. Only about 17%, which is the average number, 17% of things that you post on Facebook will actually get through to people. People won't see your posts. So it used to be called Sponsored Stories, but Facebook introduced this feature where you can pay to reach the rest of those people. So originally when they didn't have this and they brought this in, people of course were up in arms about this, but it's become accepted and it still works. You can pay money to reach the rest of your people. My suggestion is if you're going to do this, do it on something that's already performing well. Don't do it on, and you can see that. Like try it a bunch of times, see what posts are actually performing because those numbers will vary. If you get a winner, then spend some money. Facebook offers. I think it's not enabled for new pages. I think you need a certain threshold of likes. You'll see offer event appear up in the top right. This has never happened. This is a fake one that I made. 5% ISVCon registration. This is how you set it up. And you can do some targeting here. You can target men and women in an age group at a particular time. Again, set your budget to reach however many people. And the offers, all right, this is how it, just for variation, this is how a similar offer will show up on a mobile device. This is one for one of our competitors, Mac Update Promo. You click with Get Offer, and what it does is it sends you an email with that offer for a link in the email. And then you click that link and go back onto the website and get the offer, even though the link's there. Why? It sounds rather stupid to send someone an email just to click a link, which then the link was already there. The reason is because they've received this email. This is important. And I have this link in it, and it's an offer, and it's wonderful, and I will click it and retrieve this offer. Rather than, if we just put that link up there, it doesn't work. It's this rather elaborate hoops of mechanism that you have to jump through actually means that people get the offer, which is what you wanted to do in the first place, even though it's harder than just having the link. Advertising on Facebook. We talked about this at the beginning. There's two, and advertising comes into it. You can either get more likes, which extends your base of fans, or promote page posts, which is marketing to either new fans or friends of fans. So there's two ways of doing it. When you're starting out, if you're like, okay, we did the import of the email addresses, I put the links up, I sent some emails, it didn't really work, I've only got 100, I want to spend some money to get some likes. Don't spend it on something shady on Google, spend it right here. If you go to facebook.com/ads, you can buy some ads. And you'll get ads like, well, this one. And you can make your own creatives and whatever, and put it, and they appear on the right side of, on the web, or they'll also appear in your news feed. There's a whole bunch of options, and I'm not going to go in depth, I'm just going to give you some highlights. Once you've defined your community, you're happy with the size of it, that's when you, if you want to spend more, then you can promote your posts. So advertising with the audience, I appreciate this is really small text, but Facebook has the most flexible advertising platform out there because they know so much about you. So you can type in precise interest. We've got software and shareware I put up in there. You can do an age range of people. You can get really, really granular on who you're going to find. And one nice thing, if you're doing targeted ads, okay, target people who are not connected to your page. So these are new fans, but target people whose friends are connected to your page. So you want to, and this works very, very well. There's studies showing this is generally what you want to do. Either target your fans or your friends of the fans. If you're getting new likes, you might want to target the friends of the fans. Or you can target all of them. Doesn't really matter. Another thing you can do is retargeting. And to do this, you don't even need a Facebook page. And I'm sure you've seen this. You've gone to some site on the internet, like Aaron's Shareware Promotions, Software Promotions, sorry, I'm using the old name. You go to softwarepromotions.com, he's grinning because he knows about it. And then all of a sudden, I'm on Facebook or I'm on someone else's site and I get ads for this website that I clicked on for 1 minute and then I left. And I did this with, I went to AdRoll. I was doing some research on the different companies. So I went to adroll.com, then I came back to Facebook. All of a sudden, top one there, retargeting works. There's an ad for AdRoll. And then a suggested post in my newsfeed. These are more expensive, but they convert much, much better, studies have shown. Another ad for AdRoll. So they were doing it twice. And then you can see some other ones. I was looking at surveys. I've never liked any of these pages on Facebook. I think I like that one, because I know them. And we use Azure. So I'd just been to these websites. So how do you do this? You use what's called the Facebook Exchange. Well, right. You don't use the Facebook Exchange because you can't, because they won't accept you. You have to be a big company. So what you do is you go to a company like adroll.com or Nanigans or Retargeter, and there's a list of other ones, but those are the three that I found that are generally well known. And you use their program. And basically what you do is you put a pixel on your website and define an ad, and they'll pump the ad into Facebook. So whenever someone lands on your website, you'll pop an ad into Facebook when they go onto Facebook. And you don't need, you don't need a Facebook, you don't need a Facebook fan page to do it. So it's quite straightforward. It's all done through their systems. And you can get super, super flexible, but that's kind of another talk. I'm going to skip a little bit because we have the time's running out. Facebook promotions. Again, we saw the fan page. You can get really clever and do other things. These guys have they're an ISV, and they have a photo contest. So they have an app that has this thing where you can upload a photo for some little photo contest. I don't really know what it is, so that's why I'm not, because I didn't read it properly. But you're uploading a photo, and they're going to pick the winners, and they're going to give you some money. So they promoted this. And again, to do this, you can code this yourself if you go to developers.facebook.com, but don't, because you'll be there all day. Go to, I've used ShortStack personally, these other ones are good as well, and there's a bunch more. Go to one of these websites, and it's a little draggy droppy thing, and then you connect it to Facebook, and you can make a contest, you can make a promotion, if you've got something to give away, something like this. And then you can bring an audience in there, and you're going to get that Facebook like. Most of us here are independent software vendors, and we have a piece of software. And when you have a piece of software, you have a software life cycle. Well, people do that as developers, we do that very, very well. We're very, very used to that software development life cycle. Okay, we release a new version, but there really is a marketing and a social media circle that can go and follow that around. So when you release a new version, of course, you've got to advertise it. And once that new version's out there, you can promote that new version with a discount. And I'm saying, okay, this is what you do. And as a pair to your development cycle, do a discount on a Facebook fan page. There's third-party services. Obviously, we do it as well. While the product's out there, okay, the product's out there, we're not doing any new releases or anything, then now's the time to build the community, get the likes going. And that's when you're posting pictures of cats. And you can do some, you're in development now, but you can do some other marketing while that's going on. Now you have an outgoing product, an old version, time to give it away or make a massive reduction and get that out there and use that because you've got a new release going, and then off you go again around the marketing cycle. Okay, this is a real photo that I sent out when I messed up on our first Facebook promotion. We have a forum thread post with over 100 comments. I got literally hundreds of emails on a Saturday. And Roger was mad at me because I apologized. And he says, don't apologize to these crazy people. But I did. And I sent this picture of an egg on my face. Sorry, we messed up. What did I do? Messed up really bad. We made an offer available on our website that was exclusive. The only way that you could get it was to go onto Facebook. And remember, some people really hate Facebook. So they use the word forced. I forced them to join Facebook. And also, even to this day, I forced them to like my page to get a free piece of software. Forced them? Yeah. Well, yes, that's how they felt. They really did. They felt very... So I sent out hundreds of emails. I'm very sorry. Here's a funny picture with the fried egg on my face because I'm trying to make them feel better and have a bit of a laugh. And here's a link to the free thing that just, hopefully that will placate them. But the point is, be very careful when you have a Facebook audience and a non-Facebook audience, because there will be people that hate Facebook. What we do now is we offer a survey. So if people don't want to just click a like button, they can go through this survey and they can get it another route. So if you have a large audience, you're doing this type of thing, offer them an escape route, because otherwise it might come back to bite you. I don't think we've got any more time. I was going to do a Facebook fan page Q&A, but we're going to do a website Q&A on Sunday. And so we're going to do that then. But to finish up, how do you sell software on Facebook? You don't. You sell software on your website. But you use Facebook to build a community, to bring in audience. It does make money if you do it right. Yes, it's loads of work to get it going, but it can really, really help. Thanks, that's all I got.